Today is cruise day. If you're new here, today I'm about to embark the Norwegian Prima for a 10-day Iceland and Norway cruise. I am running a little bit behind my originally planned departure. I wanted to leave at 10:30, it's about 10:45. So I'm gonna head down now. I am fully packed and ready to go to the cruise port. I'm so excited to get on this ship. I've been on this ship once before, but it was in the Caribbean, and now we are doing Iceland and Norway, and I could not be more excited. I'm still very jet lagged. I'm exhausted. I had grand plans of waking up early this morning, going to the gym and going out and exploring more of Reykjavik. That didn't happen. I got up at like 9 o'clock, went and got free breakfast at the hotel because the hotel I'm staying at includes breakfast. Definitely wanted to take advantage of that free breakfast. There's no Uber in Reykjavik, so I'm gonna try and order a taxi and head out now and get on the road to the ship. Check-in was so quick. The wait in line for security was kind of long, but it moved quickly, and now I am walking on the ship. Got my key card. Cruise number 20 with Norwegian. I'm on the ship and I'm outside on deck 8, and I've got my first Starbucks drink of the trip included because I upgraded to the Free at Sea Plus on this cruise. Something I'll get into in a little bit more detail later. I'll talk about what Free at Sea means and what Free at Sea Plus means. But right now I'm heading to the back of the ship. It's actually pretty nice outside. It's not super cold. It's lovely on this deck. There's nobody out here. So I'm just gonna wander down and see if the bar at the very back of the ship is open. Got some comfy seating out there that I recall from the last time I was on the ship. So I'm gonna walk back there and see what it's like. Enjoy a little bit more of the sunshine while the weather is nice. Not sure if it will be this nice the further into this trip that we get. There's also another ship parked behind us. I'm gonna go check that out and see what ship that is. And I'll give you a little bit of a glimpse of the waterfront here. This is the area I'm standing right now is called Infinity Beach. And as you can see, there are a lot of loungers and comfy beds and seating and an infinity pool that looks over the side of the ship. Very cool. So I'm just gonna wander down here and enjoy being on a ship where not everybody has boarded yet, so it's a little bit less crowded than it would be normally. And then we'll see what happens later. Rooms are not ready. They probably won't be ready until after 2 o'clock. So I just had my backpack with me. They checked both my other bags, and they will show up at my room at some point later today, hopefully, fingers crossed. This is a self-serve wine and beer station. So you just tap your card right here, and then you can dispense one of these drinks. Pretty cool. I think they have 2 of these, one on either side. to find a little lounge chair back here at the very aft of the ship on deck 8. It's actually very comfortable weather-wise, and I've got a beautiful view of the mountains here in Reykjavik. The sun is shining, but there's a little bit of a cloud cover, but there's blue sky off in the distance, and the sky is so blue. And the mountains are absolutely beautiful. A little bit of snow on the top. So it's going to be a beautiful sail away, I think. They did call for a little bit of rain later, but so far it's looking pretty good. So let me tell you about the Free at Sea Plus that I upgraded to. So Free at Sea with Norwegian Cruise Line, with your booked cruise fare, you can choose to include things like unlimited drink package, which includes alcoholic beverages, wine, beers, soda, things like that. A certain number of minutes of Wi-Fi. It also includes a $50 shore excursion discount and specialty dining. So that's the basic Free at Sea, and anyone can include that. You obviously do need to pay gratuities on top of those inclusions. So you pay the standard gratuities. I think for the for the beverage package, it's like $20 a day per person, which if you drink more than 2 alcoholic drinks per day, it's a really good deal. $20 would be 2 cocktails, maybe less than that. They give you this option to upgrade to Free at Sea Plus. You basically pay a flat rate to upgrade all of your included Free at Sea. It includes the upgraded premium beverage package. So it's the premium plus beverage package, which includes all top shelf liquor and alcoholic drinks, really expensive stuff. It also includes bottled water, which is something that's not included in the regular drink package. And then you also get 2 additional specialty dining. You get unlimited Wi-Fi for the entirety of the cruise. If you are not cruising solo, you get an additional $50 off each excursion booked, which for a solo traveler, that doesn't apply to me because I already get the $50 shore excursion for every excursion booked. But if you're with another person in the cabin, then you would both each get $50 off every booked excursion, which I think is pretty good, even though cruise line excursions are usually marked up quite a bit. But I consider that the insurance for the ship to wait for you and not leave you behind if your tour is delayed. So for me, that insurance can often be worth it, especially if you're booking an excursion that's particularly long and you'll be leaving when the ship docks and returning right when your all aboard time is. All right, so I think I'm just gonna relax here for a little bit. I did walk around and film some of the empty venues while I had a chance, while there were no people in them. I'm just gonna relax and enjoy the warmth of the sun right here, and then I'll catch up with you later. Okay, cabins are ready and I am in my room. I can't show you right now because this thing is tracking my face. And I'm gonna do a little balcony tour and probably make a separate video just on this cabin to show what the solo balcony looks like on the Prima. This is a relatively new category, so I'm gonna film that and then I will throw in some clips in this video, of course, to show you what my room looks like. But it's amazing. It is so spacious, so big. The couch looks really comfy, the bed looks amazing. The balcony furniture I am so excited for. It's like a comfy chair with soft cushions on it, a nice little table. I can definitely see myself spending time out on this balcony. Probably gonna ask my room steward to bring me a blanket. If you didn't know, that is something you can request. You can ask for a blanket to be brought to your room, and I usually use that throughout the entirety of any cruise that goes to a cold weather climate. So they announced that rooms were ready for deck 12, which is the deck I'm on. It was the very first deck that they announced. I finished my food as fast as I could. I was eating in the indulged food hall at the time, so I wanted to come up here and see my room. My luggage is not here yet. I haven't seen in either of my suitcases outside the door. The ship is starting to get pretty crowded, and it did cool down quite a bit outside because the sun kind of went behind the clouds. It's getting a little bit chilly out here now, but I'm on the balcony and I just wanted to show you my view because I'm on the port side this time. The last couple of sailings I've been on the starboard side of the ship, but I'm on the port side, which is the left side if you're facing forward, if you're facing the bridge. So left side of the ship it is, and I've got a great view of the Reykjavik port today. So really enjoying just sitting out here and watching port activity, and the luggage is almost all loaded, I think. Pretty chilly out, so I don't know how long I'm gonna stay out here, but I love being able to see the goings on at the port where we're docked. So this room is kind of at the aft, I think, of the ship, so closer to the back of the ship. And I don't think I'm too far from the studio lounge, but it's a bit of a walk towards the front of the ship, so I'm gonna go check out that next, I think, and maybe grab myself a coffee. Because one of the perks of getting access to the studio lounge is the coffee and drinks in the studio lounge, and I'll show you that in just a second. So excited. Okay, the captain just came on and gave us a little overview of Iceland, Reykjavik, and our next port, which is Ísafjordur. I cut out my emotional moment from my first vlog series. If you haven't watched it, it's the Norwegian Star, South America and Antarctica. And I got like a little teary-eyed and a little emotional when I was listening to the captain's announcement about that cruise, because it's such an incredible thing to be able to experience what I'm getting to experience and to be able to cruise the world. Places like this are remote and far from where I was born and where I grew up and where I'm raised, and not everybody gets to do this. I'm trying not to get emotional, but it's hard not to, because I am so fortunate. I am very privileged, very blessed, incredibly lucky to be able to do these things, to travel to these places, to afford to do this kind of travel, and I do not take it for granted, and I am so excited to be on this cruise. That is part of the reason why I booked this itinerary, is because I know that Norway is not always going to be accepting cruise ships, and I wanted to be on one that visits Norway and experiences those amazing, beautiful fjords and mountains and just the scenery that I know is in store for us. So getting to hear the captain come on and talk about our next port is just so exciting, and it brings me so much joy to hear the captain talk about the history and the importance of the ports that we're about to embark to and travel to. They are small communities. Our next port, Ísafjordur, is a community of 2,800 people. It's very small, but as he said over the loudspeaker, which I didn't catch on camera, but they have their own brewery and they're so self-sufficient. Despite the cold weather so much of the year, it's just a place I can't wait to visit. So enough rambling from me. It is 5:45 and we're getting ready to depart. Our all aboard time was 5:30, I think, maybe 5 o'clock. So we should be getting ready to move, if not moving already. And I'm about to go out on the balcony and just see if we are moving. Okay, so the gangways have all been taken down, and oh no, I take that back. There's one gangway still connected, so I don't know if there were maybe some late passengers arriving to the ship that had delayed flights or whatnot, but looks like we are getting close to departure time. The ships that drop off all the supplies are starting to back away from the ship, and it's about time to leave. And this is my favorite time of any cruise, is the time that we leave port. So it's just the anticipation of what's to come. So let me go off camera here and just enjoy this, and I'll show you what I see. All right, I think it's about time. They've disconnected the gangway for passenger embarkation, so I think we are getting ready to leave. That gangway is where I got on the ship, and I think all passengers got on the ship. This is a really great cabin location. I'm on deck 12. Again, obviously a solo balcony, but I'm like halfway between the pool deck and deck 8, the waterfront. I think this is a great location. I'm closer to the back of the ship, but not completely towards the back. And I'm very close to the elevator bank, which is awesome. I always try to book close to an elevator bank because it just makes it easier to get where you want to go on the ship. Starting this journey from Reykjavik, Iceland, but I will not be back here for who knows how long. So just taking in the last few moments of the scenery and the city. I know that when we depart, we're going to back out and sail away, so I'll get to see a little bit more of that during sail away. But all right, I have both of my bags now delivered. Actually, they weren't delivered. I went and found them in the hallway. But before I unpack, I just want to show you the insane welcome spread that I got as I came into my room. I have the chocolate covered strawberries, which are automatically included every time you board the ship as a Latitudes member. Everything looks to be edible and delicious. How am I supposed to go eat dinner after eating all of these tasty chocolatey treats? I don't know. I am already so excited and already don't want it to end in 10 days. Alrighty, it is dinner time. Well, kind of. I am ready for dinner. I've gotten dressed. I got a letter in my room that I didn't see until just now, but it's a VIP like cocktail party invitation. And me? Am I a VIP now and I didn't know? So I don't know if I just got this randomly or if I got added to some VIP list, but whatever the reason, I'm going to go to that VIP party tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure I have a specialty dining reservation tomorrow night. Right now, we are sailed away. We are sailed away. There's no sight of land, no more Reykjavik. We are on to the next port. We're moving relatively quickly. It's not really rocking. The ship is very smooth sailing. This is a new ship, so... Oh, someone's at the door. I gotta go answer that. Okay, so the maintenance guy came and he was fixing my closet door, so I did not get to finish my update, but I'm going down to the atrium now. I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, I just got back to the cabin. It's almost midnight, I think, and it's definitely time for me to go to bed, but I wanted to make sure that I wrap this video up and wrap up my evening and give you a little bit of a recap / summary of what I got up to tonight around the ship. So I went to dinner at the Commodore room. I knew what the menu was going to be because I've been on Norwegian a few times before and I know what the night one menu looks like. So I got a Greek salad and the chicken piccata, which was delicious. Both of them were really good, but I decided to just hang out at the bar, the Belvedere bar right outside of the Commodore room. Ended up meeting a couple of people there, had a conversation with them for a long time, and that lasted until just about now. So I'm back in the cabin and I am exhausted and ready for bed. So I need to get to bed because I have to wake up early and I am still adjusting to this time change. Not sure how I feel about this ship and a cold weather itinerary. It was okay tonight because I really didn't feel like the ship was overly crowded. There were crowds in some areas. There were moments where it did seem a little bit more difficult to get the attention of a bartender, and I waited a little bit for service at dinner, but neither of those things bothered me one bit. As a solo cruiser, I am very well accustomed to finding ways to manage my time time and keep myself entertained. And I, of course, always bring my Kindle with me everywhere I go. So if you enjoy watching this video, thank you so much, and consider subscribing to get notified for new videos. This is just day one of a 10-day cruise around Iceland, Norway, Amsterdam, and Belgium, and I will be bringing you along with me for the entirety of this cruise. So again, thanks for watching and happy cruising.